6th episode of the Weekly Grind. Let's go see what everyone else is up to.
Welcome everyone, and thank you again, Gabriel, for that great introduction. This is our 6th episode of the Weekly Grind. Just to kind of give you a lowdown on what's going to be going on today, we are going to go ahead and go into finishes on our knives. So what you'll see is the finishes that we put on our knives. Multiple finishes can be put on knives. Multiple different types of finishes can be done more than once on a knife. There are all kinds of ways to go about finishes. Also, in our episode today, you will see us going into stock knives, not what's going into stock. So we've done a good job at putting out new knives pretty recently and fairly weekly for everyone. We did that as not just to get more knives into stock, but also to bring our kitchen knife stock kind of back up to health since we got depleted in Christmas time and the holidays. So now that we've started that with other knives, we want to go ahead and get that going for the knives that are already in stock, have been in stock, so that way we can update our website and kind of give you guys a little bit more insight on the knives that are already in our case. So we'll cover knives later on afterwards. This first segment, we're going to jump right into the finish segment. We'll get into the stock knives right after that. But in the meantime, I'm going to grab Russell. We're going to go ahead and get into finishes. Hey, Russell!
Yo!
All right. So we're talking about finishes today. Russell has helped me in knife making completely, but with finishes, he allows me to experiment. And so there are multiple different ways, from acid etching, sandblasting, buffing to shiny, buff forge. All these things he helps me out with. Whenever we want to try something new, we also go through a experimentation process. So what you see here now that we have our finishes are going to be the ones that we feel really good about our process in doing.
And do regularly.
Regularly. So these are the things that we allow our customers to walk out with. There are multiple other finishes that we played around with, experimented with, that we're still tweaking and learning before we go ahead and make that something we want available to customers. So without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and get into the finishes. What have we got for starting out today?
First one is the tried and true, our buffed forged finish.
Love it.
Love it. It became a thing very early on. So basically, this black space up here is the texture and finish that's created during the heat treat process. And basically, throughout the knife making process, we just don't mess it up. Once the blade is completely done, we buff it a little bit, hence the buffed part of the forged, and every knife is completely different. There's no way to reproduce the pattern, the texture, the colors that it gets. The same steel, same blades, they'll look completely different. And so it's great, very simple, but at the same point complex finish, but looks great. It's got that great classic look to it. Absolutely love it.
So a lot of people love this finish. We get it done fairly often for a lot of customers, but we also have a lot of questions on this. So I'm going to be a customer real quick. One of the questions we get is this black stuff on it. What is that?
So that is literally the scale that's produced during the heat treat process.
Okay, and the question we get right behind that, is this food safe?
Yes, it is. So it's now literally a part of the steel. The texture's in there. It's not going to come off. It's not going to flake off, which is why we buff it a little bit, because some of the scale that's on there during the heat treat process will flake off. So that's why we buff it. We get off anything that'll come off, comes off, and now it is food safe, and it won't change really at all.
Now, we've talked about steels before.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do this on both your steels or mainly just one or the other?
Yes, this is one of the 2 or 3 different types of finishes we do on both our high carbon and our stainless steel option.
Okay, and so there won't be an issue on high carbon or stainless.
No. Looks great on either.
Okay, so remember, this is food safe. This is why it's on a kitchen knife. It's not going to flake, fall off into any kind of food. This is also a natural look from the scale that comes from the heat treat oven. So this is all done in the oven once it's at how high of a temperature?
For stainless steel, it's 1925 degrees Fahrenheit.
So it's very hot. Whenever it gets buffed, this stays on. And lastly, everything always comes out different on a knife. You will never replicate the same pattern of buff forge finish on a knife, which is the great character that it brings out in each knife.
It automatically has its own identity.
Right on. So let's go to our next one.
Our next one, full linear
Oh.
shiny. So literally all the scratches on this knife are going up the blade, full shiny. This is one of those finishes that, again, tried and true. Absolutely love it. A lot more work than the buffed forge, because I mean you want to get that as homogeneous as possible.
I mean, look at that, guys. That's practically a mirror right there. If you can see my hand, just kind of without getting into the camera's way.
Yeah.
That is just beautiful.
That shiny. And again, this is a finish that we do in both high carbon and stainless. In stainless, it will stay like this, and in high carbon, this will slowly patina. So pros and cons of this: it's a lot of shiny, and some people don't like that much shiny. That's why we do the buffed forge. We'll also do another type of shiny, which is our non-linear or standard shiny, where it's shiny, but see, these scratches are going one way and these scratches are going another way. So it just helps break that up a little bit. And we can do this in chef's knives as well. It just helps break up, so you don't have basically one giant mirror, you have two smaller mirrors. Again, another great finish. You can see this line is very clearly delineated between the two areas, and on the linear, it gets washed out through the process, so you can't see where that grind stops. Again, the shinier it gets, the more rust prevention it has, both on high carbon and stainless. The high carbon will still patina, but it will patina a little bit slower the higher the polish.
And playing the part of the customer again, what are the kind of cons or drawbacks that I'm going to be getting from a completely shiny finish on a knife?
Completely shiny. It scratches not easy, but relatively easy.
And then once that scratch is on there,
it's on there.
And it's one of those things. It can be an eyesore. So taking care of these knives is definitely one of those things you want to try and do the best you can, because when it's shiny, any scratch going the opposite way or big enough that it's not in the same, kind of deepness or grit of the other scratches, you'll see it.
You will,
You'll see it. It will pop out and it'll be an eyesore.
Yeah.
So next finish.
Next finish is our matte gray, what we call our acid blast finish. So literally we dip this in ferric chloride, which is an acid, and then we sandblast it to get this really nice matte gray, absolutely beautiful matte finish. I mean, you can see it's not really reflecting any light. Really easy to photo.
Very easy to photo.
I love it. No shiny reflections. And this finish is on there. So with some of the other acid finishes, you'll hear us as well say it'll scratch easily. This has already been thoroughly sandblasted, so it'll take some doing to scratch it. But once you do scratch it, you'll see the steel poking out through underneath, and you'll see that spot. But it doesn't scratch as easily as some of the other sandblasted finishes that we do. So again, this is the first finish now getting into that we only do in stainless steel. We do not do this in high carbon.
And why is that?
Excellent question. So because of the bead blasting, when we sandblast it, we actually use a glass bead, and it opens up the steel just enough that high carbon will rust almost instantly after it's been sandblasted. So we've tried it, we've tested it, we know it doesn't work, we don't recommend it. We've had a few customers that say they want it. Even with that, I guarantee they have to keep it oiled or that those knives are rusting. So only recommend that on our stainless steel. I don't like doing it on the high carbon. Doesn't look as nice, and I know it won't hold up. So
just to kind of put this in easier terms, and just correct me if I'm wrong here, sandblasting is an abrasive that exposes small pores but makes a homogeneous finish on the steel, allowing corrosion, water, stuff like that with high carbon, allowing it to easily penetrate the steel for rust to happen.
Exactly.
So that's why we don't put it on high carbon, guys.
So it's the exact opposite of like a shiny finish, right? The shinier it gets, the more rust prevention you have.
Because you're closing those pore spaces.
Yeah, it's all in the same plane.
Gotcha.
Now once you start breaking up that plane, i.e. sandblasting, you have multiple avenues for rust to get in there, any type of corrosion,
And everyone, I know that our finish may look very clean and it's a very, you know, we're telling you it's homogeneous and it's prone to rust. Trust us when we tell you that just because it looks very nice, that if we're saying that it's going to rust, it's because we've experimented on this.
Yeah.
Once again, all these processes don't just go straight out to customers once we kind of try them once or twice.
Yeah.
We experiment with them. We try them on our blade steels. We see how long they last.
We'll dip them in water and sit them in a box.
We put them through a ringer before they
Yeah.
go out to you guys.
Yeah.
So when we're telling you, don't do a sandblast finish on a high carbon knife. Listen to us.
Yeah.
We're trying to help you guys out to preserve your knife life longer.
Okay, next one is our stonewash finish. This is possibly the newest finish we've started offering. So it'll
You might not be able to see it there, right
there's
there.
a little bit. Okay, so what this is we do the acid wash to it, and then we literally tumble it with pebbles. And those pebbles came from Gabriel's playhouse, his little gravel pit. We stole them shamelessly, and we now use them to make amazing finishes on knives. So basically what the pebbles do is they selectively scratch the acid finish. So where sandblasting takes away the whole finish, this is going to selectively expose the steel underneath to where it's still stainless, again, only in stainless, not in high carbon, and it selectively exposes that. That's why you get that slight sheen under a little bit of matte, but otherwise you still have a fully acid blast finish on the blade.
So on this, you're not going to be able to see as much, like Russell said, and we're trying to get a little bit of the sheen in here, but it does look like a fairly dark colored blade, and the stones give it a little bit of shine in here once it hits. So if you haven't seen a stonewash finish, take a look at our website, look at the cleaver. It will show you a little bit better with our pictures. Google a stonewash finish if you haven't. There are multiple different ways of doing stonewash finishes and multiple different kind of stages in how a stonewash finish looks. It can look dark like this cleaver. It can look a little bit lighter. And so on to the next finish.
So this, Daniel hinted at earlier, of doing finishes multiple times. So let's see. There we go. Yeah. So what this is we have the buffed forged on stainless steel. Then you have some shiny, right? Some shiny right here. And then the first layer of gray is the acid blast, right?
That's a good one.
There we go. Yeah. So acid dunk it. But before we do that, I literally paint everything up here. I paint with nail polish, and then so the acid only gets this gray area down, and then I sandblast that. Then I recoat up to where the dark bit is. I go above that again with nail polish, and then acid wash it again, and then we just scratch it with a little steel wool and remove all the nail polish, and you're left with this faux hamon double line kind of feel to it, where it's nice and pretty. Again, I can't reproduce this. I'm literally doing this with a nail polish brush and luck. Yeah, it's fun. It looks great. We can do it one time. We can do it 2 times. I've done it multiple times. 1 or 2 look best, in my opinion. Honestly, you get too many, and it just kind of washes them out.
So this brings a question to me as a customer. You said acid.
Yes.
Is there acid on this blade?
No, there's not.
So this is food safe.
It is food safe.
Great. So guys, this is food safe. This is a little bit more labor intensive process because we dip this in acid twice. Russell does this. He's been nailing this process down pretty well and getting it done on a lot of different knives. If you take a look at our website, we've got a few of them with this double tone. And just like he said, none of them are all the same. It's pretty much impossible to do that unless you're really good with a paintbrush in your hand.
Or nail polish.
Or nail polish brush. Either way, if you're good with a brush in your hand, you can probably get it as even as possible. But it's a great 2-tone finish along with the third tone of a shiny and a shiny finish and a buff forge. So you're getting multiple different finishes on here, guys. Yeah. This is very unique. Not a lot of people have it. It's pretty much one of those things that when you buy this knife, no one else is going to have a knife with this kind of finish on it. So this is one of those one of a kind things, guys. That is wrapping it up for our finishes.
Yep.
So once again, we have a good amount of finishes that we do regularly, and they all come out differently. They don't all come out the same. We are experimenting with other finishes as well.
Always.
So this video was kind of short. We've got a lot of things going on. We've been talking about our finishes for today. Just kind of want to hint at you guys. I know we've got some stuff working out.
Yes, we do.
We don't want to say anything too soon just yet, but we've got some big news coming up. Some
Yes.
big news, guys.
Very exciting.
It's going to be some big news followed up with another giveaway, which I know you guys are all excited about. And another shout out to Logan. We delivered his knife out to him in Cyprus earlier this week. It's a post on Facebook.
Feelin's Gunsmithing. They have
Feelin's Gunsmith,
if you've
guys.
got really nice shotguns, go to Feelin's for your maintenance.
They'll mount you. They'll get you set up right. They're really, really knowledgeable on the things they do.
Yeah.
They do sell some used guns, but their main bread and butter are shotguns.
Yeah, shotguns, high-end shotguns, and doing the smithing behind those. Keep cleaning them, maintaining them, and repairing. Yeah.
So Logan's a really cool guy. We want to thank you again for doing our giveaway that you won, and also, guys, Feelin's.
Yeah, Feelin's.
Feelin's Smithing,
Gunsmithing.
out in Cyprus. Check them out. Great guys over there, very knowledgeable at what they do. But with that, big news will be coming soon, guys. We're actually getting ready we're going to be pretty crazy these next couple of weeks.
You want to give a hint?
I'll give you a hint at the end, but just to kind of let you know, our videos might be a little bit shorter. They might be a little bit more kind of crazy and a little discombobulated, kind of like how this one's a little bit going.
Just one little
just to
hint.
kind of give you a hint of what's coming up, guys. Okay?
That's it.
So, I'm not going to say anything else. I'm not going to throw anything else out there. You guys asked for it, so soon enough, we'll be making an announcement on something big that we've got going on, guys. Until next week, this is the Weekly Grind. We're done.